Hello everybody, I am back again with LEGO Transformers Asphalt. Now, Asphalt here is a Cybertronian bike, and right now I just have his weapons pegged on to show you that you can store them in multiple places in this mode, but none of them look very good, so let me just quickly take the weapons off so I can show you his Cybertronian motorcycle mode. So this is his Cybertronian motorcycle mode, and I quite like this. This might be one of my favorite guys. It is fairly large compared to some of my other Transformers, but I really like how it turned out and how it looks. It has a very Transformers Hot Rod, the movie, kind of color scheme, which I liked. And he can roll. And right now you can see he can balance on his own if you do it right. And he can roll, but it works better on carpet because it's got more traction, and it doesn't roll too well because there's this tire is rubbing up against this, so there's a little bit of a conflict there, but that is okay. Now you may notice there's no headlights or taillights on him, and that is because he is supposed to be a mercenary or hitman or whatever you want to call him. He is neither an Autobot nor a Decepticon, but more of a personal assassin. You can hire him, and he will, either the Autobots or the Decepticons can hire him to take out a guy, and usually he gets the job done. And I didn't add headlights or taillights because I figured that would make him easier to see. I had a feeling that he would be built kind of for speed and just being able to do the job quickly, and that also shows in robot mode. So he doesn't really like to engage in combat as much as he likes to just take his enemy out without his, or not his enemy, but his target out without his target really knowing what hit him. So that is Asphalt, and there's really no articulation in this mode, so I'll just give you a quick 360. It looks pretty good. If you couldn't tell, this is the front, this is the back. I mean, I guess you could do it the other way. It's really personal preference, but I like to have this be the front. I do plan on doing an instruction video for this guy. He's fairly simple, even though he's pretty big. So yeah, that is Asphalt in his motorcycle mode, Cybertronian motorcycle mode. So now I'm going to transform him, and I'm going to try to keep it in frame, but he is fairly big for my creations. But let's get started. So what you want to do first is lift this up, and then you want to hinge this whole section like that. And if you'll notice, these are the same, just rotated the opposite way. And that's because they both become the legs. Then what you'll do is you'll come down here and hinge that out. Come over here, hinge that out. And then these will rotate down. And on the little 1x1 bar things that allow it to rotate, what will become the arms will rotate out. Then what you want to do is you want to flip the arms this way and fold them back. And that's just making clearance to take these sections right here, and you want to bend them slightly, and then just rotate them down again. So it goes from this position to this position. Bend it slightly to create clearance and rotate it down. And then once it's down here, you want to fold it back. And my camera doesn't pick up black too well, but you want to fold it back, and that will fill in the lower part of the chest. Then you can take the arms and bring them back out. And I like to lift the shoulders up a little bit. Rotate them this way so the elbows face in the right direction. You've got your head right here. And there you have your arms all done. Now the legs are quite simple. What you'll do is you'll take them. One you'll rotate that. Oops, don't want to pop it off. But one you'll rotate one way and bring it down. The other one will rotate the opposite direction so the orange is facing the same way on both sides. Bring it down and bend them the same way. So now your legs are like that. And then you just rotate it at the waist. And here is Asphalt in his robot mode. Now, he can't stand in this mode, sadly, just due to the nature of his feet. But this is the mode I really think stands out. I like this mode a lot better. And I'm trying to get it at an angle and adjust the light, so like it's easier to see really what he looks like and stuff. And this is my favorite mode out of his two. Looks quite nice. His articulation is pretty good. His head can only go up and down, sadly. But to get it to fit in bike mode, that had to be that way. But there's this shoulder joint that can let it shrug and rotate. Then you can have that and that. And then there's that same type of clip here where it can go in and out and rotate. And then an elbow, a bicep or elbow bend. His waist, as I showed you, could rotate and bend. And his legs are T-joints right there, so they can do all sorts of fun stuff. And his knees are just on a hinge clip. So, let's take a quick look at his weapons. I didn't really show you them, I just kind of set them off to the side. This is his preferred melee weapon. This would be the top, this would be the bottom, and it's just, I don't know, I just thought it was really cool looking, and it was a melee weapon, so it's something quick I built for him, and I thought it looked good. This is his gun. It's supposed to be pretty small. It pegs in right here. It's supposed to kind of have a scope. And if you notice in here, it's one of those blasters from Star Wars sets you can get, where you can actually shoot the weapon off. And now see that one shot is over there. And you simply do that by, pressing down on that. He's got a scope, his blaster. Looks pretty cool. So let's attach his weapons so you can see what that looks like. You need to attach the gun to the outside of his arm where there's an anti-stud, because his arm is actually flat on the inside, but you can see the anti-stud on the outside. And then same with this, you just attach it right there, and he's got his weapons. Now, kind of a pose I like to do with him is something like that, where he is kind of, looks good from that angle, where he is pretty much aiming as he's like rolling and turning, and I just really like how that looks. So staying at this angle, I'm going to end the video here. This was Asphalt. I plan on doing instructions later. If you really enjoyed this, please help make my channel get more popularity, spread the word, and like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. That is it, guys.